Welcome back, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. This is NTheRealestWay Podcast by Marqes Smith, where we talk about so many topics in the realest way. And there are so many points in my life where I bit my tongue and I didn't allow myself to say the important things that mattered to me. I let myself be ran over and talked to any kind of way and treated any kind of way. And I did it to myself. I would tell myself, hey, I'm going to do this, and it be something that is important to me, and then I not do it. And I've seen people, and I've been that person who would say, hey, I'm going to go to the gym, and then I don't do it. Saying something and having the intention behind it, that's important. You can say every day that you want to go to the gym, but are you going? You can say every day that I'm going to be healthy, but are you doing the stuff that needs to be done? Are you eating healthy? Are you going to sleep at the right time? Are you, not looking at your phone before bed at a certain amount of time before you close your eyes? What are you doing after you're saying something? So it's saying something in the intention in implementing it. Those are all important things that we and me, sometimes I don't do. You have to say it, speak it, but you also have to have the intention in implementing it. Everything that happens after that will trickle down and break. If you told yourself, I'm going to do something, and then you don't do it, the next time that you do something, you're going to say, well, I didn't do this and I was okay. Or this didn't happen and I was still good. Oh, I can wait another day to do that because I didn't do what I was supposed to do when I said it. Everything starts becoming a lie. And it starts building upon by more and more and more until eventually everything that comes out of you will be a lie. It's important to say something and mean it, especially in regards to yourself, because you're the person who sets these boundaries with yourself and with other people. Nobody's going to set these boundaries for you. You do. You have to. And yes, there will be people who will disregard everything that you're saying. They'll continue to disrespect you and your boundaries and everything that you have stated and that you have said. And that's when you decide to remove yourself from their life. That's when you decide, hey, maybe this person shouldn't be here. That's an important thing that you need to do with yourself. It's an important thing that you need to do. Also, when you don't say something, you internalize that anger, those emotions, because you're not speaking about the things that are bothering you. It is important. It is so important that we talk about things that matter to us. It's important that we say things that matter to us. Because if we don't, we internalize so many emotions, so much anger. And then out of nowhere, somebody could be doing a minor thing like gave you the wrong order of food or something. Now you're snapping at them because you internalized anger. You internalized the emotions that needed to be processed all the time. And it's very important to understand that, yes, you can say something, and this can be in regards to family members or people that you can't go away from, if that makes sense, especially in the time of, there's so many times when you just can't be as free as you want to. And in saying something, sometimes things don't change. Sometimes you're saying something and nobody's listening. So now you're this person who has this internalized anger. Now you're this person who is upset all the time and angry because you're a person who is not being listened to. So even when that happens, you have to find a way to say, hey, I did what I was supposed to do. I took the time to say something for you and for me, because everybody's not going to know that they hurted you intentionally or unintentionally. Well, I mean, if they hurted you intentionally, I'm pretty sure that they knew. But everybody's not going to know if they hurt you. Sometimes you have to say, hey, this bothers me. What you did, I didn't like that. And once you say it, that sets the boundary. Once you say it, that sets the precedent of the entire relationship. I already told you I didn't like that you did that to me. So why are we having this conversation again? You know what I'm saying? That's when that boundary is set. It's important to say something. It's important. And when you don't say something, you start second guessing yourself. You start thinking, maybe I'm the one that's overreacting. Maybe they didn't mean it this way. No. If somebody did something to you, it doesn't matter what their intention was. If it affected you, if it hurt you, your feelings are valid. How you feel is valid. You saying something is valid. I really hope people understand that it doesn't matter what your intention was. It's about how the other person feels. Stop trying to say, well, it wasn't my intention. Because when you say that, that invalidates that other person's feelings. So when somebody says something to you, be in the right place to receive it. There have been so many times when people have said something and people weren't in the right space to receive it. So now you, as a person who said something, you have to think about, maybe I don't want this person to be in my life because they're not in the right space to receive it. There's so many options that you have to think about. There's so many things that needs to come across your mind when trying to build a healthy relationship with somebody. There's so many things. In talking about the important things that you value in a relationship, so that person can know. Because like I said before, everybody's not going to know how and what you want. They're not going to know. You have to say something. And when it comes to saying something in terms of boundaries and comfortability, it doesn't matter, so to speak, about how uncomfortable it makes them feel if it's something in regards to how you feel. So when somebody is doing something and the whole topic in your mind of, I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I don't want to bring this topic because I don't want to make our relationship tense. Let's negate all of that, because the conversation, the relationship will continue to be something that is tense. It will, because there's no healthy bridge between you two. You don't know where to step at. You don't know where to go. And of course, you should come into relationships with certain, ideals of what another person would want and value and what they don't want and what they don't value. But the cold conversation about comfortability, not wanting to make the other person uncomfortable. When you don't do that, when you don't say something, you become the person who is uncomfortable. You become the person who is mentally not at peace around that person. This person continues to do something to you and they don't even know that they're doing it. They're just going through life and then just experiencing it, and here you are just, unhappy, uncomfortable because you're not saying anything. And then when you snap at this person, when you lash out, then it's like, wow, where's this outburst coming from? Because you didn't say what you needed to say when you should have said it. Say something in that time. It ain't got to be right then, but say it because it needs to be said. It's important. I'm speaking about these topics and I'm talking, and like this podcast episode, saying something, I want to say something. I want to say how after making the first, 4 episodes of this podcast, my brain and finding things to say, it became harder. It became something that was more of a challenge. And there's times when I make these podcasts and my mind is just trying to pull for something, and I will get better and I will start planning more. There was a point when I just made the podcast episodes and I just thought of a topic and I just pressed play on the podcast. Then there was a point right now where I'm actually thinking about the topics and I'm actually making the outline, but the outlines aren't as in depth as they should be. Like, I'm saying this stuff, but I can go deeper. I'm just not giving myself time to do that. So this is me telling myself, holding myself accountable for saying something and then implementing it. So it's important to say what you're going to do. Like, you're going to be more intentional with this podcast, but then actually implement it, actually do it. Because talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. You got to have that action behind it. You got to, like, I'm going to go to the gym. But you ain't even go to the gym. I see you at the grocery store. I see you eating food at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit here and tell yourself or tell other people, I'm going to do this, and then you not do it. Hold yourself accountable. Hold the people you care about accountable. Like I say at the end of every podcast episode, I give thanks to the utmost, to the highest power, God. I'm thankful for my friends, my family, for my listeners. I appreciate everyone. This podcast wouldn't be what it is right now without you. This is NTheRealestWay Podcast. Out.